Hey there. Sorry, I'm running a few minutes late today. Over the weekend, we had a family friend come to visit, and I'm really grateful that my wife and I have kind of I guess we surround ourselves with positive people because having her visit was awesome. Like it was just so good. Like she, in some ways, like she just kind of like it was like she helped just look after us and our son, and that was just enough of a break to let us kind of get done some of the things we've been wanting to get done. It's just nice just to have supportive and loving people in our lives. So speaking of support, I need your support. Hey, I'm Joshua. This is the weekly Delver development stream. This is where I talk about what's going on in the world of Delver. Let me flip over to maybe a screen that's more interesting. Let's go take a look at our let me check this stuff out. Join Joshua. Or sorry. Actually, let me do this. Let me do the self promo stuff right off the top of the bat. Right, that's what I usually do. Right. So let's go to Delver. Delver game. Yeah. So this stream is the Delver stream. It is a weekly stream where I talk about the video game Delver and our developments towards it. So you can find it at delvergame.com behind my head. We are an early access game. We are a dungeon crawler with procedurally generated content. We have some FPS stuff, some roguelike stuff, and some RPG stuff thrown in for good measure. We are available in early access on Steam for $7.99. We also have a humble widget for the same price. You also get a Steam key. The Steam build is the most up-to-date build. We are pushing hard to get version 1.0 released. That's what this work is all about, is me communicating with the community and showing how I do stuff and giving weekly updates. I've been doing this since June of 2016, so over a year now. I've been doing every Sunday, which is pretty cool. It's been a nice routine. Hey everybody in chat. Hey Pinchy Scree, Cryo21, Tengu, Night 42, Pinchy Scree, and Mazonix. Hey everybody, thanks for checking in. But yeah, this is Delver game. This is my some more info about Delver. So Delver has been in early access for 4 years. We've been developing it for 5. We've been developing this in our part-time, our free time. Basically, when normal people relax or hang out with their friends and family, we've been working on Delver. And you know, over the course of time, it has waxed and waned. When my wife and I had our first child, I took off basically a year from Delver development just to just to support her, and I was having a hard time with my day job, so just kind of really try to buckle down and get through that. Now Delver is my full-time thing for the past, I don't know, 2-3 months. I've been doing Delver full-time, trying to get that done and wrapped up, and then think about what I'm doing next. But yeah, so it's been a passion project. We're definitely like starting new projects are so fun, and a lot of developers can tell you that like starting projects, there's like a new romance period to it, where like you start a new project and you're in love with it and it's great, and then usually it falls off pretty quick. And you know, I'm guilty of the same. Like my hard drive has like the just littered with lots of little projects that never really went anywhere. But this one we stuck with because we think we really love it. But you know, it's like a relationship now. Like we had to, like, it's hard and we have to make hard decisions. So I think today, let me go ahead and just today I was saying I was going to work on some unique items. I think I need to wrap up the surprise system. The surprise system was really, for the past couple weeks, I've just been stuck. I've been not creative. I've been not productive. I've been like hitting lots of dead ends, which I can't really afford to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what I have, I'm going to clean it up, and I'm going to put it out there. So what I think I'm going to do is just kind of keep the 3 bombs and the 2 enemies that I have, and just kind of figure out good drop rates for them for the areas that are already present, and then I will move on to the unique items, which will be mostly me just drawing pixel art stuff and maybe hitting you folks up for cool ideas of cool items you'd like to see in the game. So let me do a git poll. Cool. All right. Looks like Chad's been busy. Let's go clear. Let's do a git log, and let's take a look at this week in Delver development. I'm just going to do a git log, 1 line since a week ago, so we'll get just a brief listing of all the changes that have gone into Delver over the past week. Yep, so I did the red slime last week. Fire as a shader brightens the core. Oh, cool. So Chad was playing around with the fire. That's awesome. I'm really happy with how the fire turned out. Particle emitter distance now has a camera location instead of player location. Okay, cool. I guess that makes sense. The camera location and the player location probably aren't quite the same. Fixed shader crash related in the editor. Warp marker can be used in a level marker now too. That's cool. Tweaking tutorials. Yeah, so Chad has really been polishing up the tutorial bits. I think it's in a good shape. He's really kind of championed and driven that experience. I think it's good. Ooh, monster corpses have a chance of being revived in the end game. Ooh, that's a big change. Oh man, that's cool. So maybe if you grind out and kill all the monsters, that might make the end game harder. That's a cool design decision. I'm curious to see how that plays out. But as you folks have seen, it's mostly Chad doing the work this week. I've just been having a rough couple weeks. If you tuned into my my Friday stream, I talked about that more in depth. And on Friday, I just had a Joshua chill out, and I worked on some Quake stuff, which was a different change of pace for me. Okay, let's go here. Control C. Get the subscriber bot going, because I guess I have subscribers because I'm a Twitch affiliate, which is a cool thing. All right, so rebalancing out the surprises. So I wanted to have a unique surprise and a unique bomb per theme, and that's still possible to do. I've just spent enough time on it and it's not coming, so I'm just going to take what I have and kind of massage it into shape. But it is October. It's October. Oh goodness. Yeah, our last update was a while ago. March, I think, April. We were trying to be quarterly updates, and then we said, okay, instead of doing a June update, what if we tried to do the last update? And the last update is just been a beast, to be honest with you. Okay. So let's close everything and take a look at what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to look at okay, so every theme in the game is defined in the generator folder. So we have the cave, cold, dungeon, outdoor, sewer, start camp, and undead. These are the themes of the game. And then inside the theme, so for example, dungeon, we have this info.dat and this section.dat. This section.dat is kind of what defines like how it's hard to describe. So basically there's a dungeon section, which in the case of the dungeon theme is 2 floors, and these are the templates that we pull from, and then there's a transition level. So a section defines a group of floors that are logically kind of grouped together, and then some things you might expect in that. And then the info is just kind of the within a given level, some of the stuff you might see. So what do the torches look like? What do the doors look like? What surprises can be spawned there, what decorations, all this stuff. So this is a little bit more granular of a level. So I'm just going to kind of tweak these, the surprise system. Cool. So Pitchy Screw says they work on maps in their free time. So that's cool. Yeah. I mean, there are folks who definitely do spend a lot of free time working on their projects. I totally get that. I am one. Where's my surprise? Okay. So right now for the dungeons, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a 3 in 10 chance that you get an arrow bomb, and a 7 in 10 chance that you'll get a regular bomb. What if I just make it something like this, where you have a 7 in 10 chance for a vanilla, a 2 in 10 chance for an arrow, and then a 1 in 10 chance for a fire. And maybe that is an okay ratio just across the board. So let me open up, that was dungeon. Let's look at cave info and surprises. Let me just replace this bomb section here. Because fire bombs are awesome, which is why I want to keep them a little bit more rare. So there's cave and sewer. Again, like part of my whole point was trying to make the dungeon feel less homogeneous, but I don't have I've just been struggling so hard to find good design decisions that I don't want to force stuff or add bad stuff to it. So Chad was always reminding me, like, for example, if you look at the game Doom, it doesn't really have a lot of like enemy or weapon variety, but still there's a lot of variety within the game. So we're trying to do more with less, and again, trying to work within the time that we do have. Oh, cool! Pitchy Screen builds Bath for Dooms too. Yeah, I love Doom. Yeah, like for me, like Doom and Quake are some of like my favorite shooters of all time. And I would love to make maps for Doom and Quake. I just haven't made time in my life for it. Maybe someday. Maybe someday when. I don't know when. I don't know when. I have a second child coming to join our family in February, which is awesome. But it also means that I'm going to be going back into the sleep deprived parent phase, which it's a thing. It's a thing. Okay, so. Yep. No, the thing I love about like Doom's monster set and enemy set is it's pretty well designed. Like a lot of RPGs fall into this trap of everything in the kitchen sink, and not everything gets a lot of consideration, and everything feels kind of samey. But in Doom, there are different weapons to do different things. Like if you want to like try to stun lock an enemy, the chain gun is a good thing to do that. Chain guns are also good for taking out the hit scanners. There's different, like the shotgun is a good all around use thing. Like there are different. The weapons have different roles for different enemy types at different ranges, and or even if you have different enemy combos, different prioritizations, and you get a lot of variety because I think they're carefully they're carefully selected and not necessarily just throwing stuff at the wall. Hey Felix, yeah, I'm still working on surprises. I'm just basically I'm just calling the feature where it is, and then I'm going to try to massage it into a good shape. So basically, yeah. Not as grand of a vision as I had initially, but it's just going to have to be what it is. Okay, so let me copy this chunk into cave. So the cave, yes, so treasure, that's fine. Yeah, the treasure chunk is fine. Spider, the sewer, treasure, undead, treasure. I think this, so the spider is okay here. Maybe put the baby spiders in here, and then maybe using the red slimes in the sewer makes sense. Okay. Oh, hey Hawaii Beach. Yeah, no, again, at the top of the stream I said, I just got back from the airport dropping off a family friend. So yeah, I just kind of, let me fix this. It's not Quake and Chill, which would be awesome, but it's not. Let me update this. Roguelike. But not Rogue Nation. Roguelike. And pixel art, because that's what I'll be doing today. Pixel art. Cool. All right, my stream info should be correctly updated. Sorry about the misleading of that stuff. No Quake stuff today. Yep, it should be fixed now. Yeah, I have my streaming info in a gist that I just copy and paste out of. Okay, so red slime in the sewer, spider in the undead, cave is spider, dungeon is red slime. Maybe the cave can be a little bit of both. Maybe I'll have the cave be either the red slime or the spider. Cool. Thanks for the host, Pinchy Scree. I appreciate that. I appreciate folks sharing out my work. That's that's I guess the best way for me to I guess spread in terms of like promotional stuff. So if you do like my work, please share my work. It helps me out because eventually I will be looking for more work in the near future. Let's give Delver a spin and see how this is actually holding up. So if you haven't ever seen Delver, this is probably good. It'd probably be good if I just played some Delver, you know. cool. So yeah, this is the new fire shader. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's start a new game. Hopefully you can't, like, my fan is making that annoying buzzing sound. I really should like disassemble my machine and like try to like nudge stuff into better places, but like I just don't have it in me. That would take a lot of effort, so I just bear with it. Eventually it goes away. So this is the tutorial level. I really love the sky that Chad tweaked. It's so beautiful. But let me just let's just kill ourselves because that's how you complete the tutorial, is by dying. So there you go. Have you decided the enemy that will replace baby spiders in the sewers area? I just made the red slime. Again, like I just said, again, we're just kind of like we're like the work I have done. We're kind of just making sure that it fits, and then we're going with it. Am I dropping frames? It looks okay on my end, Hawaii. Both OBS and Twitch say that my stream is okay. So this is the starting camp. As you see now, the sky is much darker. It's way like the late twilight or dusk period. And this is the campfire. This serves as the hub, so you can buy stuff from the shopkeepers. You can talk to people, all that goodness, and then we can go ahead and step into the dungeon proper. Cool. So yeah, this is the dungeon. It is a procedurally generated set of levels with 4 distinct themes. And I'm just exploring, trying to find a better weapon, because right now the dagger isn't super great. Yeah, let me just grab there should be steak here. I just got to call it. Keep looking deeper. Ooh, so the first weapon drop is a unique weapon. Cool. So that's what I'm working on today is uniques. So nice. Speed. So an interesting fact about uniques is similar to normal weapons, you define like their stats, like their damage and their speed and stuff. But what's interesting about uniques is we actually scale them based on your level when they drop. So if you find a unique later in the game, it will be better than if you'd found it earlier in the game. Because we're trying to make sure that they're always useful. I haven't really heard of many other games using a system like this, so I'm curious to see how people find it, or if they even notice it at all, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's a bad hat. Don't need it. Cool. Anything good? Yep. Yep, somebody died there on trap. Okay. Oh, get close. Yeah. So the mages are a bit of a glass cannon where they do a ton of damage, but they don't take a lot of damage, so typically it's best to either engage them at range or try to get in close and get a hit fast. Oh, and there's a baby spider to make my life hard. There's nothing up there. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, the Lucky Dagger isn't bad. It does okay damage, but I think the best part of the Lucky Dagger is it just has crazy durability, if I remember correctly. So it is, it should last a long time, but the problem is hopefully it will become obsolete as you find better things deeper in the dungeon. A reference to Lunch Break Roguelike could be cool. As a rat hidden somewhere or an alternative to enemy spawn. Yeah, that could be cool. Do I know of Dragon Crystal? I played a lot on my Game Gear and had a procedural generated dungeon. I did. So, cool. I was also a Game Gear kid, but I never heard of that game. That's really rad. Basically, I played a game here and there until one Christmas I got Shining Force for my Game Gear, and then my Game Gear became my Shining Force machine, and that's all I ever played after that. Defense. Cool. I never knew there was a procedural dungeon crawler for the Game Gear. That That would have been cool to have found when I was younger. But again, I wonder if I was younger, if I would have grokked it, or like if I would have appreciated it or not. We're going to switch out to the Fine Steel Mace of Force because it simply just does way more. It has a higher average damage. And the maces have typically I like to play with maces because they have a higher knockback value, which allows me to kind of more carefully position enemies where I want them to be. Yep.
Hello?
You can't get through there.
Hello?
Huh. Weird. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about. Oh, there's a trap there. There's a trap.
Hello?
Magic scroll. Ooh, scroll of invisibility. Nice. I think the invisibility scroll is new for this update, so I'm curious how folks end up liking it. Oh, there's a bomb! Grab it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I'm trying to keep bombs like a cool resource that you can use to your advantage if you're fast enough. So let me swap that up on my belt here, and maybe we could hit somebody in the face with a bomb. It always feels so good. Oh, here you go, sir. Oh, and I got myself a little bit. That's all right. I didn't kill myself, so that's a bonus. Yeah, and next level. Here we go. Stinky rats would be a good surprise in the sewers. Maybe. Maybe. Ooh, 5 to 8 plus 5 ice damage. That's decent. How much slower is it than this one? Not much. And I don't have a shield yet, so I don't need to worry about carrying a two-handed thing. Yeah, so they give me lots of maces this run. Yeah. I do love being able to throw everything. It makes my little heart happy to throw warhammers at people and hit them in the face.
Hello?
There we are. Health probably is a good thing to go for. Ooh, I know where I'm at. Ooh, yeah, I like that, Chad. I think it looks pretty cool. I think you may have added a yellow variant in there, but I think it looks nice. Yeah, it's cool. It's highly stylized, and I think it looks all right. Cool. But enough goofing around. Let's go ahead and let's make some more weapons. Unfortunately, Tengu Knight, they can't do all that because we'd have to add that to the engine. And at this point in Delver development, we're trying to take the tools that we have built and finish the game, right? Like for my lunch break roguelike, with lunch break roguelike, it was nice because there was no art requirement. It was all just design and programming. So I could do crazy stuff like that. But with Delver, there's a considerably higher cost for all the art. Right now we're trying to minimize both the art and the programming cost and get this thing wrapped up in a good position. Thank you, Hawaii. I appreciate the support, man. Yeah, like we're trying to make it. We're trying to make it as good of a thing as we can. We're to the point now where we realize the game isn't going to be perfect, but we have to make it as good as we can with the time and resources that we have. And we do have to release, because I need to be able to pull in an income so I can help provide for my family. Cool. So I think that's all right. Let's go ahead and commit these changes. I think it's fine. Get status. I think I should have changed each of the infos on those. Let's do a get diff. Yep, so I think I tweaked it so you always have a 1 in 10 chance of getting a firebomb, a 2 in 10 chance of getting an arrow bomb, and a 7 in 10 chance of getting a vanilla bomb, which is okay. That's just I'm just gonna have to live with those. Red slimes and spiders are kind of appropriately populated throughout different areas. Let's do a git add dot git commit dash m, wrapping up surprises, git push. Tango Knight says, if the final version of Delver Love Editor will be simple enough, I'll be considering making Ultima Underworld map. You can certainly do that. The editor isn't going to be terribly much different than what is already out there right now. Just letting you know, like, we're not making major changes. Things are probably going to look somewhat similar in the final version. So if you're expecting night and day changes between Delver now and Delver when we ship, those are unrealistic expectations. Again, we're trying to have a more polished, better quality of life, like slightly more assets, but like it's not going to be an entirely different game. Okay, so unique work, unique. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Delver level Geo is capable of representing Underworld and System Shock 1 type maps. I think it uses similar principles, similar ideas. Let's fire up Photoshop and let's start. Let's start making stuff. Assets. Unique. Look how empty this unique sprite sheet is. Right. Right now, we have 4 unique swords, and I'd like to have uniques of all types. Yeah, we'll see. Pinchy Screech says, polish base game, then build on it. It would be cool to use the Delver engine tech for a future project. And, you know, again, I would love to keep working on Delver, but again, I think at this point in time, that has to be seen. Like, if Delver brings in money, I'll keep working on it. But if it doesn't, then I need to transition to, you know, a project that does help support me. Oh, hey, Dr. Kegel, thank you for the resubscribing 3 months in a row. Wow, like you are, I really appreciate your support. That is outstanding. Spears, axes, and such, please. Maybe. Maybe? I'm not sure. I know that Javier has his mod adds a lot of those weapons. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Again, I think we spoke about this in the past. Like, there are things that I want to add in Delver, and if you want things that aren't in Delver, mods are the way to go, right? That's also assets. Let's pull open, I think, Melee, the Melee sheet. Just kind of look and see what we have. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 9 different blades. We have 9 different maces. We have 11 different wands. Oh, do bows not have their own sprite sheet? Interesting. Should they? Should I split them out? They might just live in items then. Yeah, maybe bows should have their own sprite sheet. So magic comes in the shape of either wands or scrolls, where scrolls are a single time use, and wands are basically first person weapon stand-ins for the most part. Yeah, so let me just launch the editor real quick. I mean, crossbows wouldn't be hard, but they'd basically just be a bow, maybe with different timing is all that I would see. I know Chris has made a crossbow mod that's available in the workshop right now. That is pretty good. And again, I like with the bows. With the bows, we have so the bows have a speed property, a range property, and a knockback property, and damage. And those are the 4 main properties we have. And I've already tried to exercise all those different properties on the different bows. So if you want range, use the longbow. If you want knockback, use the composite bow. If you want speed, use the short bow. And then the hunter's bow and the I think just bow are kind of middling variations. Like I think as long as I have an item that kind of expresses like a relative maxima of a given property range, I'm kind of happy with that. Like having 2 bows that look different but play similar, just to me is there's not much value to it. I mean, I could have one that is higher damage and really long reload time. I just don't know like how interesting that would be. Yeah. So yeah, here. So if I were to, let's say, add entity, lights, ambient. So here we got the fire wand, which is kind of like a mix between the rocket launcher and the grenade launcher, where it lobs a fireball that falls with gravity and explodes. And of course there's different variants on that one. This is the missile wand, which is basically like your SMG. It's a pretty quick, low damage weapon. We have the ice wand, which is basically a shotgun, and also it stuns, which is helpful. It slows down enemies. It slows them. We have what else? This is the stun wand. This will actually stop an enemy in their tracks. So let me spawn in a monster, dungeon, this fella, so I can stun him, maybe. And he won't attack, and he's stationary for a few seconds. But the stun wands have a very low number of uses. And we have the lightning wand, which is basically your railgun. So I can spawn in another monster. And it's just it's not quite a what is the word? It's not quite a it is not a hit scan. It is still a projectile, but it's pretty quick. If you folks are interested, we do have support for guns, but Delver doesn't use guns. There should be a where is it? On range. Actually, I don't think I included it. It's in the mod that I made called guns. But yeah, there is here. You can go to guns, gun wand, and entity, guns and ammo. And basically, it's a hit scan weapon that uses ammo. Is how that works. So if you want hit scan stuff, you can do hit scan stuff. Again, I don't think we're going to use it in Delver, but I do have a mod out there that has various types of firearms if you want to play around with that. Yeah, they just have a limited number of uses before they are spent. Though whenever you increase your magic stat, you get more uses, and the different wands also. So the wands can control how many shots they get per point of magic. So some wands get more shots per than others. For example, the missile wand gets more extra shots per point of magic than say the fire wand. The railgun in most first-person shooters is a basically a hit scan or near hit scan weapon that has high amount of damage, but it has a requires a high amount of precision to actually be functionally useful. It is applied whenever you level up magic, so potentially some of your old stuff may become useful again after you picked up something. But again, you might get a shot or two back, but not very many. What to do? Maybe my heart can be changed on axes. Maybe I can make an interesting axe. Let's take a peek. Having one axe in the game might not break the game. Yeah, so this is the sheet of unique items. So right now we have 4 unique items, and I want to add a few more. I think I need to make it 1 more pixel wide. I'm trying to maintain proportions across different items. Let's count this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, it's the same width. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by just blocking out the silhouette of the thing, and then we can see. Then I'll go in and do colors later. The problem with the axe is it's going to have to be kind of interestingly shaped because of just how much real estate I have. But maybe I can work around that. We'll see. And pardon me, like turning my head and squinting a lot, like that. That's just how I do things, I suppose. I could, what I could do is, like I was talking about on Friday, is you can go to Arrange, New Window, and then you could pop out a new window. So we have this here, and let's keep this one at say 200%. So I have an idea of what it's going to look like when it's zoomed out. So I can have a maybe a little bit more accurate representation of what it will look like eventually. Again, I wonder. I mean, I wonder if it. I'm wanting the blade to feel a little bit heavier than it is. Maybe can I nudge it just a tiny bit closer to the shaft of the axe, and then kind of maybe build up this just a tiny bit more. Again, I'm just trying to like have nice proportion here. And I don't want to, like a feeling of weight to it. Also, let me take a look at the. I think for the maces, yeah, they typically have. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't want to have it to be too particularly high fantasy. Like some of Delver stuff is kind of high fantasy-ish, but I typically like personally I tend to like low fantasy a little bit more. I mean, Delver does have like magic and all that jazz, but what is off here? Is that right? Yeah, something just seems off. Is it because it's an odd size that it's not lining up nicely with the let me try this. Let's go this and this and maybe that is what was goofing me. All right, I think it's slowly getting there. Hey, Pixel Mort, thank you for the host. I appreciate it. How are you? The second axe Tengu suggested would be cool. Yep, those are definitely way more like stylized, which is cool. I just wanted maybe something just a little bit more simple. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think also too for my so I think the grip is still the same width, but there's a bit of a collar here for that, and maybe the axe should have that as well. Let me just add a new layer real quick and just test that out and see how I like that. Okay. I can't remember, did I thicken this up on this side yet or no? Looks like I did not. So does this need to come out? Yeah, that does need to come out. Touch. Okay. Something like that could work. And then maybe also here down at the base, add a little bit of a grip. That could work. Let me go here. Let me pull this window out. And I want to take a look at this. So this dark color here. Okay. Then dark color up here. Is that the dark color? I think I misclicked. There we go. Just block in our colors. Yeah, no, like Mazonics, I agree. I think this does have a nice bit of weight to it. So maybe this can be a pretty high damage but pretty slow weapon. Then again, I don't know. Like I hear some people, like a lot of folks, at least the folks who are vocal, swear by fast weapons. So I don't know. We'll see. Cool. Is there a downloadable color palette for Delver? No, there is no strict Delver color palette. I just sample my own work. I think Delver all told has like 120 some odd colors, but I introduce colors here and there as I need them. Most Delver, and any given piece of art in Delver is maybe at most 12, 16 colors, but most of them tend to be around 8 colors. I typically just have like like four colors per ramp, and then a couple of different colors per item. Like you can see here, like this one has a little bit more. There's maybe 4 for the blue, 4 for the gold, and 4 for the green. So 12 colors maybe, or 15. It depends. Yeah, no, I think a slow weapon could add nice balance. My concern is that I worry that some folks would just never use it. Maybe that's not the worst thing. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. And to be fair, it is going to be a unique weapon, so it's not going to drop very often. So, yeah, there's also that. Okay, so here. So it seems like the primary color I use for this iron is this gray. So let's just go ahead and just add this in here. And hide that. We should live mostly like this. So I have, so this guy is kind of a cylindrically shaped. I can kind of follow what I've done here as well. So let's do this. There we are. Block this in like this. And then maybe come here for the bright part of it. Kind of comes along here. Okay, let me put the bright bit right here. And then again, I can really lighten this up. Add a little bit of AA. Hopefully that looks all right. Maybe if I brighten these bits up, it makes the X feel... That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Okay. Take a stab at the thing down here. Felix says, "Why have you chosen to orient these sprites diagonally?" I did not. Chad is the one who chose that stylistic or made the stylistic choice in the original Delver, and we've just kind of stuck with it. This is just how it's always been, I suppose. Which isn't a super great reason, I admit, but that's just kind of how it's always been. Would I do it more differently? Yeah, I don't know. Like, definitely, like, the diagonal is longer. Yeah, I am not sure. A small spike. Maybe, I don't know. Like, again, I want it to feel more functional than fantastic. If that makes any sense. I wonder what would it look like if I put some of the wood sticking out the top. That might look silly, but let's just try it. Let's just create a new layer and just try it real quick. Actually, I can just probably just really quickly just not reinvent the wheel. Just put some of that up here, and then let's just pull this layer down below, and then clean it up real quick and see if it's something that is cool or if it's just like bizarro. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I'm feeling it. Nope. Nope. No, it's worth trying though, I suppose. What if I... Okay, let's just merge that down because I'm thinking that's okay generally. What if I made this shorter? Let me do it like this, I suppose. Let me just make a duplicate of the entire X. And I can do like a before and an after, right? Yeah, I'm thinking maybe less is more in this case. Yeah, so let's go ahead and move you up, and then just erase up. Yep. Erase this, then merge it down. And then maybe also shorten up on this side as well a little bit. I think that would probably be okay. Clean that up. Go in and fix that up. Take care, Mazonix. Have a good one. Thick. That's an X, which is a thing. Let me go ahead and just save it. trying to think, like, right now it's pretty plain, but it's the only axe in the game. So maybe that's okay. Typically, to make things unique, I've been throwing gold on them, which is a solution, but it's not a great solution. Hmm. Also, the blade is looking a little flat. Maybe just try to play around and see what I can do. And I could do something like, that's not. I'm not feeling that either. Like that. That just reads too much AA though. I could do a dither pattern. I don't know if that would read well though, is my problem. Yeah. Hey, White, come down. Hey, Cane Star. Yeah, again, I don't want Delver to be super fantastic. I want it to feel somewhat weighted in reality. Like all the weapons feel functional. Like none of them are terribly crazy. I think the craziest one is this Morning Star here. But it's not super out of the realm of possibility. I want them all to feel like quasi-functional, quasi-plausible. If that makes sense. So Neil Slichter says the axe head doesn't feel like it matches the weight of the rest of the weapon. Interesting. Yeah. I can kind of feel that. Let me see. Let's try this. Let's just make a selection. Let's duplicate it. Let's move it up 32 pixels. And I think maybe just widening the blade might help. And I have to go down. I can't go up. So it's like a lasso selection like this. And let's duplicate that. And then let's kind of fiddle around and see what I can come up with. That feels a little bit more heavy, which is cool. Let me merge that down and let me try tweaking this a little bit. I might like that a little bit better. We just pull it up. Okay. Okay. Weird. I don't know why. Okay, let's just do this. Do that. There we go. What if I played with the blade shape just a tiny bit more? Rounding it out just a touch. Yeah, maybe that one's a little bit better. Implies its roundness a little bit more. Let's just merge this all down. Let's select these and let's just delete them. Let's just be confident. Let's just assume that this one is good. And I guess I can position you up here, right? There's no, yeah, you can live right here. Yeah, no, I agree. So No Slicker is pointing out that it looks hatchety when it's smaller, which is okay, I guess, but not quite what I'm going for. Yeah. I think it feels a little bit more axy this way. Cool. Okay. Yeah. I think that's okay. So now I guess the bit is like the broken part, right? Because typically when axes break, it's the it breaks like they break in real life like right here, like the head typically just snaps right off the handle. But that's not terribly interesting for the video game because I guess maybe that's how I've done the actual the melee stuff though, is they actually break off right there, so maybe that's okay. Yeah, maybe I'll also make a variant of it, just kind of missing the axe portion of it. And again, Tengu Knight, like the things I'm doing today are basically the exact same process if you wanted to make your own stuff. So again, feel free. There's a good little Delver mod community that folks are always happy to help people make mods. So if there's not something in Delver that you'd like to see in Delver, feel free to add it yourself. Because people have added some really crazy stuff. I think Bluestone has been adding like robot parts, which is pretty crazy. Like the ability to like turn yourself into like a mech and shoot stuff is interesting. Yeah, I was not expecting that sort of mod in Delver, but it's rad. You can post links, but please keep them, keep them appropriate, keep them clean, all that good stuff. But yeah, I typically trust my viewers to post reasonable links. Yeah, basically, like if you ever seen like an axe or a sledgehammer break in real life, it is kind of scary where the head kind of like wobbles off, and then you're just stuck with like a stick, basically. Let me just make a copy of this. Control J, and let's just kind of make this thing split a little bit. Something like that, maybe. And maybe this part will be brighter, this part will be darker. Actually, let's keep this highlight there. This highlight here. Yeah, that's probably okay, right? That's close. Hopefully folks get the idea of what happened. It shouldn't be too crazy, I don't think. Let's go here and just lasso selection, delete it. There we are. Um, what will the name of the weapon be? Um, yeah, no, Shvender, the overworld mod was done by the other developer of Delver. Again, it's code that we've had in Delver that we're not going to use, but we've made it available to the modding community to make something with it. Save. Yeah. Yep. So I guess we can let's hook up this weapon and kind of see what we can make it do. So let me open up. Where does this live? Items, I think. Items. And then unique. There's Lucky Dagger. There's Dusk. There's Dawn. Cool. So, yeah, let's just copy Dawn, I guess, and we'll start from there, and we'll tweak the various properties until we get something that feels correct. Name is X. The texture is so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Text is 10, so the broken text should be 2. 0, 1, 2. Yep. Base damage random, durability, reach. Let's if we look at maces, their reach is 0.5, so it's probably gonna be similar in reach to a mace. So less reach than a sword. Its reach is maybe 5.5. We'll see how that feels. Make the speed. We'll play around with that too. So unique, true, base damage, rand damage. So that's roughly 10. That's 12. How about 8 and 4? We'll probably need to create custom animations for this, but let's just see how this feels right now. Old Faithful, Splitter, Nightfall. Yeah, naming a thing can be hard, but also can be fun. Entity, lights, ambient. I should be able just to jump in and hit K. Uniques and X. There we go. My good old buddy, the X. Yeah. Okay, it needs to not curve. It needs to be more choppy, and then a quick one. Yeah. Trying to think. Do I have more choppy animations? Like, what do the mace ones look like? Yeah, I think the mace ones actually probably be okay to reuse. So let's take a peek at those. Steel mace, swing sound, charge animation, mace charge. Yeah, so those should be fine. So mace strong attack and mace charge. Let me just copy all this here. And then attack, strong, animation. Let's do that. Let's see how that feels. It's ambient. Yep. Play. Okay, uniques X. There we go. Okay, that looks okay. Let's see if we can goof around with the speed now. So we have the speed and the charge speed. I think I can make the charge speed slower. Let's try making the charge speed 4. Let's see how that feels. And fine. Let me just open up a level, right? Let's just open up levels and test and bomb range load. Play. Okay. Uniques X. Slower? Slower still? Can I do it without... Yeah, this doesn't seem to be affecting it. What if I made steel mace? Its speed is 1, charge speed is 1. Is there anything with a charge speed that's not 1? Is charge speed even used? Now let's look for charge speed colon. Let's make it a regex and not 1. So that's the one we're working on. Yeah, the rest, all the other charge speeds are 1. Okay. Let's take a look at let's take a look at, oh goodness, sword, and let's look at charge speed. Speed. Okay, that's maybe for the animation, lurk animation. Charge. Where is charge speed used? It's a property that exists that I'm defining on the weapon itself, but sword doesn't seem to have it. Charge speed. Does it exist on something that's on weapon itself then? Charge speed and yeah, so this property is not used. Okay, then let's not fiddle with it. So charge speed is 1, and then speed is higher or lower better? So I know the bows honor that. Okay, so then maybe all the melee speeds might be tied to the animation speed, but we can try because I think speed is actually, this property is actually used. Let me try cranking it one way and see what we get. So speed of say 8. Go. Yeah, will it be one-handed or two-handed? That's a good question. Levels, test, bomb range, load. Here we go, play, and give ourselves our X. Whoa! So, higher is faster, which is terrifying. Chop, 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 chop. But not quite what I'm going for. Yeah. Yeah. So if I flip it, 0.125 should be 1/8. Play K uniques X and see if that actually picked up the change. Yeah. It might take 8 seconds for it to actually wind up, and then it goes down. So slow. Yeah. So I'll fiddle with these properties a little bit, but if we can't get it to work right, then we'll have to come up with custom animations and then do the timing in the animation itself. Because the speed here is just an overall multiplier of the weapon animation. So it might be better just to make a new animation, but we'll see. We could probably just modify the existing animation, but just with some different timings. It's still way too slow. I'd rather it be quick to come down and very slow to go up. So let's just play around with that. Yeah. So let's just put the speed back to 1.0, and let's open up our animations.dat. And we have several animations in here. We have our sword attack strong, sword charge, dagger attack strong, dagger charge, thrust charge, sword attack slow, wand attack, bow attack, mace attack. Mace attack. Okay. Let me see. Hey, Makilo. Yeah, so this is a custom engine written in Java. It uses the libgdx framework, which is gives us a wrapper on OpenGL and input and audio stuff. There are pluses and minuses to writing your own engine. Yeah, so let me just copy this whole chunk of JSON data. Just copy this, and then we're going to paste it down here. We're going to replace this with X attack, X charge, and X attack, X strong attack. Let's go into our item definition and then just replace these names here with X and X and X. There we go. And then now what I want is the charge to actually take longer. So what I can do is, our loop animations are just basically, you get a transform and a rotation through 3 space, and then you just set a length of time. So let me just double the time. So 175 doubled is what, like 3.5? And this would be 2. Save. Let's test that out. Hey, Josiah Pittman. Makila says, I just bought the Steam version. The editor is complex. The editor takes a little bit getting used to. Here, let me just do a quick, a simple how to use the editor. So use WASD to move around. Use the arrow keys to look around. This white like cube thing is your cursor. You left click and drag to make a selection. You press enter to fill or to carve it out. You press backspace to fill it in, and that's those are the basics. With this, you can make a level pretty quickly, right? So you can say like that and like this, and then you could add some rooms. You know, all that good jazz. You know, kind of maybe combine these with a room there, combine those there, and maybe have a little room that kind of offshoots here, and connect these up here. But maybe I didn't want that, so I can fill that back in. So there's our basic layout. Now you can make a selection here, and you can, these handles here allow you to move the plane. So I can pull the ceiling up here, the floor up here. Then here I can select these, and I can pull the ceiling up just on this edge and pull the floor up on just this edge to make like a ramp. And then if you want, you can hit F to flatten out the floor. So I can kind of flatten these out a little bit, maybe make a better transition. Or I can make stairs this way too by flattening things out. Just depends on how you want it, what you want it to look like. You can hit P to enter play mode at any time, just to test things out. There's a right-click menu. The right-click menu has a whole ton of stuff. The easiest way to do it, so the entities, and there's just tons of entities. The easy way to get mapping is just to use markers. So right-click, place marker, torch, place marker, torch, place marker, loot. Place marker, monster, place marker, torch. And this is how we initially built the game, and it's pretty fast that way. So we have some torches, we got some pants, got a bad guy. You also notice in the top left there are some selectors for different textures. So you can select this per se, and you can say, let's make the upper wall. Actually, let's go to the dungeon theme. I want the upper wall to be this, and I want the floor to be this. That's pretty easy, pretty quick to do. Let me see. You can hit make a selection, hit G to grab the ceiling and the floor. Textures, if you want to paint those, hit Shift Enter just to only paint textures. So that's kind of the very high level view of the editor. P to play. L will toggle lighting mode. I mean, all things considered, it's actually a pretty straightforward editor compared to like some more complex 3D editors. Yeah. If you ever tried cracking open like QE Radiant or Worldcraft or Jack, I mean, like again, when you get like because we're not true 3D, there are a lot of simplifications in our editor that we can make. You can also just hit Edit, Generate Room, Dungeon Room, and it will give you a dungeon room. Sometimes this is nice to have something to start with, so hit Shift G to keep going through the different permutations. And maybe it's nice to have like this starting, and then you can go back in and fix it up. That's a way to also make levels. Starsight says, I just looked at my LinkedIn. How do I like MS? I used to work for Microsoft. I worked there for 2 years on the Visual Studio team. I am no longer with Microsoft. I am currently, Delver is my current thing that I'm working on, is my primary gig. I left Microsoft a while ago, actually, and I spent maybe, like 3 or 4 months just being a stay-at-home father as my primary focus. And then after that, I transitioned to working on Delver. Microsoft as a company treated me really well. Your experience, as with any company, your experience can vary wildly depending upon the team and the management you have, right? So it's hard to say. I can't say that you'll have a good or bad experience simply because where you may end up. Just to give you a heads up though, it is hard work, so you need to make sure that you love it, right? Slow and chop, 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 chop. Yeah, this feels okay, I guess. It's slowish, but I could probably even push the damage up. Right now, as a level 1, it does 9 to 14. Let me level up a couple times. So level up, speed, level up, health, level up, speed, level up, defense, and then let's spawn in a new one. Uniques X, and let's see what the damage looks like on this one. 11 to 18. Wow, that's not bad. But compared to if I spawn in, say, Dusk, it does 7 to 18. So maybe I can push the damage further on it because, man, like Dusk and Dawn are pretty quick weapons. So maybe I can even push the damage further. on the uniques on this axe. So let's try that. So what if it was 12 by 8? Let's see how that feels. Let me see. So cool. So questions in chat. Mikilo says, how much would I charge to make an NPC sprite in Delver, like for freelance? It just depends, right? Like, I think it depends on, like you go into like contract negotiation. Is it better to do an hourly rate? Whoa, red slime. Is it better to do like a fixed cost per assets? You know, like it all just depends, you know. And like for me on my side, like I have an idea of how long it would take me to make a Delver NPC. Trouble with tribbles. Is it over? Is it over? Yes. Oh man, and when these guys get resurrected, that's going to be trouble. Yeah, K, unique X, which does 13 to 22 off the bat. That is a ton of damage. Oh my goodness. Okay. Monsters, undead, skeleton minion. See how you fare. Chop. Also, holding down your weapon charged makes you walk slower, FYI. Also, you could probably just throw this sucker and do a lot of damage. Yeah, I think I might keep this one-handed, just to make it like, not only does it do a lot of damage, but it's slow, but also you can use a shield with it. That might be cool. That might make it a little bit different, because right now, all the real heavy weapons like the hammers and maces are two-handed, but maybe having this one, ooh, that was fun. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe keeping it one-handed also keeps keeps it interesting. Starside says, pretty confident. I like software engineering. Just got a PhD in physics, and software is the only thing I love doing in my life. Yeah, no, thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the fire effect myself. Yeah, no, I really enjoy. So I went to school for computer science, and I really love computer science. Yeah, I'm wondering now if that yellow fire that I've created is a little too noisy, but when it burns down, it looks all right. I don't know. It's an interesting fire effect. Yeah, let's. I think it's we're in an okay position with it. Do I want to maybe add a little embellishment to it to make it unique, like maybe like a little bit of gold filigree or something to it to make it just a tiny bit cooler. Let's play around, see what we can come up with. Maybe just a little bit of gold. And this is on its new. Okay, I was smart and put it on its own layer. Yeah, just a small embellishment. I'm thinking maybe something that kind of maybe just runs back here. Let's see how I like it. Yeah, I don't want to go too crazy. I don't want it to be too super high fantasy, but just maybe just a little something to sell it as being special would help. Okay, what if I just thicken that up just a little bit more? Just a little. Does that read okay? Yeah, it's not bad. Not awful. Maybe just add just a tiny little bit of highlight here where I think it should fall. That might read okay. I would love to do tutorials. Like, I think that'd be fun. Blah, 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 blah. There are certainly folks out there who do tutorials pretty well. I think one of the person who's kind enough to host me, Pixel Mort. I haven't had a chance to really look into his channel, but he does have a YouTube channel that has a ton of tutorials. So maybe you should give those a peek. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'd love to. Right now, a lot of my tutorials just tend to be me, just kind of like, or not really tutorials. But this is my streams. Just tend to be me, kind of just making stuff and talking about my thought processes, which maybe there's some value to that. Though I also worry that I'm just rambling like an old man. So, yeah, it definitely needs a fancy name. You're absolutely right. Maybe thinking about maybe putting a little bit of gold down here on the yeah. I'm liking that direction. I think it does make it feel more unique. Even though right now my solution for making something unique is putting gold on it, but I guess that's okay. Again, hopefully uniques are unique in the fact that you don't find them very often. So you should be pretty psyched when you see that a little bit of glitter of gold fall. Sunbeam, Nightfall. Those are cool names. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'd also like, like I love how Dark Souls kind of implied a history with their items. Like how these items actually belong to folks. So I might want to think about implying something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I need that on the pommel. The pommel could just be a simple metal one. That's probably fine. That's probably fine. Save. Let's check this. Let's check this puppy out in first person. Hey, Steven, thanks for popping in, man. Yeah. Focusing on uniques. I wrapped up the surprise system. I basically took what I had and kind of just redistributed it across the existing themes. I've just been spending too much time on it and not making any progress. So I'm just transitioning. Like I just having to be okay with what I got. You know, I think that the bombs are a good thing to add, and the couple new enemies are good. We don't need a huge amount of variety, just enough. You know, bomb range. Let's plate and K and uniques and X. Yeah, I like the little bit of gold. Chop. It's slow, but it does a ton of damage. Even here, I think it does like 13 to 22. There we go. Cool. Do I prefer IntelliJ over Eclipse or Android Studio or any other? Yes, I love IntelliJ. I used Eclipse for several years on this project and several years before the project, and IntelliJ is just it's more focused. Eclipse is kind of like a sandbox approach, where everything in the kitchen is sink approach, and I think IntelliJ just has fewer options, but it has the options that you want, if that makes sense. Um, Um, the Arbiter. What to do? What to name this thing? Naming is hard. Are there any especially fast swinging items? Not stock. Like you can find. Let me think. Like I think Dawn is relatively maybe Dawn is fast. No. Melee no. Unique. Dawn is somewhat fast, I think. But yeah, there is a for just normal like enchanted weapons, you can get a speed modifier. Like I've seen people have like insanely fast weapons. Yeah, lots of cool names being thrown out there. Because right now we have, let me see. So we have the Forgotten, Dusk, Dawn, Lucky Dagger. I don't know if we should rename that one. That was our very first unique item. It kind of makes me laugh, so maybe we'll keep it. Um, 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 bu- 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 um, trying to think. Like names are tough. Um, uh, um, here's the thing. Give me a good fantasy female name. So I'm thinking of something like so and so's bite fist. So and so's Thesaurus.com, here I come. What? I can't, am I down? No, that's working. Ooh. Ooh. Mangler. We don't really have a lot of names in the game. I'm looking at random names on the internet right now. Apologies. How about this? Manin. It's a Welsh name. And it is a female name. But I think it's ambiguous enough that people can read it either direction. Or maybe I should be less ambiguous. I don't know. But I like the alliteration Manin's Mangler. Play K uniques. Oh man, that could have been worse. And I guess the nice thing about this too is it is a one-handed thing, so you can really you get the benefits of both. Manin is a robot in the series I watch. Interesting. Oh, I wonder if Chad. It looks like Chad maybe added animation for the offhand item. So that's interesting. Cool. There's kind of a weird jump to it. Huh. I'll have to look into that because that seems cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think Manin's Mangler is okay. Yeah. I wonder if I could. Can that kill me? Perfect. Oh, perfect. Yup. Okay. There we go. Let's make it fairly durable. There we go. Close that. There we go. Git status. Git add dot git commit -m adding unique weapon git push. All right, so we got 10 minutes left on my stream. I'm glad that at least we got one new unique in. Yeah. I think actually, do we? I think sometimes when we reference people in the notes in game, we actually we just use initials sometimes, like -n. So maybe this is a way of leaving it ambiguous sometimes. Camp note 2, camp note 3. Yeah, we're not like there's not a big emphasis on lore. Again, I'm just trying to add little bits here and there with different maybe having named uniques is kind of a cool thing. Um, da, 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 da. All right, 10 minutes left. What should we do with our last 10 minutes? Why don't we go with the Manon's Mangler run, right? Let's see how far I can get using only that weapon. And that way maybe we can see how broken it is. Will there be water you can swim in a later version? Nope. Again, folks, we are really close to the final version. So what you see is what you get, right? We're not going to be changing things up dramatically. We're not going to be adding like Neil Slicker says, I want to see you actually try to beat this game at some point. Yeah, you might be disappointed if you watch me try to beat my game. But we'll see. So let's go ahead and spawn in the old unique Manon's Mangler. All right, let's do some damage. Let's keep this dagger around so I can knock open these crates to see what I get. But the Mangler is going to be our primary way of dealing with threats. Cool. And I think this does enough damage that I could probably just focus on actually taking non-attack stats, maybe? I'll steal the candle, why not? There we are. Okay, let's go find somebody to say hello to. Chop! There we go, beautiful. Again, let me just swap this out for my crate breaker. It's pretty slow, dang it. Maybe I should keep the maybe I'll keep this iron dagger because it's fast. Sometimes you just need a crate open right now. Pottery does not drop items, but it can potentially drop treasure. So that is something to keep in mind as well. Okay. A couple bow drops, interesting. Alright, give it a little love. Health or agility? Yeah, maybe this will help improve my attack speed. So maybe that will help offset a little bit of the slowness too. Alright. Try to get these folks in order, I suppose. Oh yeah, this is actually one of my favorite rooms here. Actually, am I thinking of a different room? Am I confused? Whoa! Got some bugs going on there. Yeah, this is a different room. But this is the stairs down, so let's go down. Let's not mess about. Cool. Get our old Mangler out and get some work done. There we go. Oh man. Yeah! Oh crap. Oh crap. And I just drank poison. Let's eat some bread. I lure her there. I might have to use this to get my I mistakenly threw my oh crap. So I mistakenly threw my axe when I shouldn't have thrown it. Of course she sneaks up on me. Of course. More agility. Let's get this swing speed going. Yeah, my health is alright because I just leveled up. What I really want is armor though, because I'm kind of hurting for armor. There we go. Once you get the timing on the monks and how they jump, it's not so bad. Yeah. There we go. Keep on pushing. Oh, don't want to step on that trap. Just avoid this whole area. I can open this door. There we go. gonna come down, buddy? No? You're not? I know where you are. Stuck. Ooh, almost got myself with that. Oh, oh. Okay, let's just leave that person be then. All right. Slide through here like we know what we're doing. Oh, except for the trap that randomly gets generated there that I walk right into like a idiot. Okay. This is an end room. Is the end actually here? No, the end is not here. Oh, but there are friends. Lots of friends. Cool. Blah, 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 blah. Take care. A different color water, like green water or dark gray. Yeah, you can. So, water is just a flag you set on a texture. So you can make a any colored water that you want. Steven says, it's always nice to be surprised by your own game. Yeah, no, I agree. That's the beauty of procedural content. Is yeah, you always it's nice that you can occasionally see combos that you've never seen before, and that's always nice. It's always where are you? Let's drop down and chop you in the face. There we go. Don't worry, he's just asleep. It's fine. And this steak is holding down that pressure plate for us, so I'm just gonna let it. Okay. Where is my exit? This way? Those spike traps aren't new. They've been around for a little while now. Oh wait, no, I'm going the wrong way. It needs to be up here. I think when we did the ruins update is when I updated the spike trap. Are grass sprites separate models or are they one big model? The sprites are just they're billboards. I think they get rendered as a batch maybe, but they're not contiguous. Armor? No. Yep. No, my axe is still holding up too. It's not particularly damaged right now, so that's good. Let's just leave you be down there. Let's just leave you be. Anything good back there? Arrows. Don't need arrows. Let's just run on through. Come on. Stairs down. Chop. This has a decent enough range too. I feel like I don't need to be getting as close as I have been getting to the enemies to Ha! Sucker! Perfect. I love it when stuff like that happens. I think I could... Oh, yeah! I could doom jump it. Yeah, perfect. Nice. There we go. Over here. Come on, exit. Let's go. This is not an exit room. Let's get through this. This is a pretty big level. Yeah. Okay, this might be it. This is definitely an end room. Let's slip on here. Nice. All right, creepy guys, see what you got for sale. Ooh, Soulbound. So these are these expand your belt and your backpack slots permanently, but I can't afford them, and they do go up in price. So they're not always that cheap. Eventually, the more you buy, the more expensive they become. Cool. All right. Well, it is about 2 o'clock, so I think maybe I'll play a little bit longer. I might meet my demise here, I might not. So the next time I hit the level down is when I will call it, or if I die. Either way. Ah! Or yeah, I just die right there. Beautiful. Woo! Yeah, so I'm Joshua. This has been my weekly Delver development stream. I will keep doing these until we reach the 1.0 release. I'm trying to get there as fast as I can, but also making sure that what we put out is good. So these are every Sunday at noon Pacific to about 2 o'clock. I also do a week daily stream where I've been working on a Twitch playable chess game called BS Chess. Right now it is playable, and that stream is more software engineering related, more programming related. I talk about development practices and processes, architecture, stuff like that. So if you're more interested in that side of things, feel free to stop by on the weekday stuff. Though I will be starting this week, I will be making a more I guess video gamey chess view where it will be like sprites and like maybe blood spatter. I'm not sure. I'm trying to make it a little bit more juicy, a little bit more exciting presentation layer on the chess application. You can follow me here on Twitch at Joshua Skelly. You can follow me on Twitter at Joshua Skelly to see what I'm up to. I'm also a Twitch affiliate. So that means you can subscribe to me, which I treat like a tip jar, which is pretty cool. I don't make a lot of money off of it, but it is helpful. It is, I think I'm gonna use it to put towards maybe hardware or traveling to things I don't know. But yeah, in no particular order, I have 11 lovely, wonderful, well-groomed subscribers. They are Fifth Elephant, Nixrod, pardon me, Young Beefy, New Obj, Neil Slichter, A Literal Train, Smith, Dr. Kegel, Glass Casket TV, and Codrake. Those are my subscribers, and I appreciate them, and they are wonderful folks. So let me think. This month still, Twitch is running a promotional called September, so if you've never subscribed to me, you can subscribe to me for the first month half off, and I still get the same benefit, so that's something cool to do. Also, if you're a Twitch Prime person, you can throw me your subscription that way. It also is helpful too. I think that's enough shameless self-promotion, maybe? I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good rest of your weekend, everybody. Take care.